Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amber, aka A Mom Big Budgets and Reviews. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2025. And when I tell y'all I am so ready for 2025 to arrive and 2024 to end, I just know in 2025 I am going to just thrive. That is my year. But getting started, my first goal is that I want to save $5,000. Now, I did save $1,000, and I was like, if I can save $1,000, I can save 5,000. It truly is a mindset. But I have a little deeper story than when I saved $1,000, and that is because I am currently transitioning into a new job starting the beginning of 2025. And whew, that felt good to get off my chest, y'all, because I haven't told many people. But if you watch my debt payoff journey video, I do talk about how I was finally at a job where I can pay my bills and maintain paying off debt at the same time. I didn't have to do one or the other. And my job just started to change for me. And when I say change, it started to merge with my personal life. Now, when I say my personal life, I don't mean like, oh, I want to go out or I need more work-life balance. I mean me being a parent. So I am a single parent, and before I get into my story, shout out to all the single parents. I know it gets rough and it gets tough, and you just want some grace, and sometimes you don't feel like you are ever gonna make it, but just know I'm here with you, and as I encourage you, I'm encouraging myself. And if you ever need anybody to talk to, email me. Now put in the subject line single parent talk or just single parent, and I promise you I will respond. And I just gotta let you know, God is still working on me. So it's some things, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't gonna need to hold you, it's hard. But back to why my job starts to merge with my personal life. Well, my job started to merge with my personal life is because I started to become late picking up my son. Now, granted, I try to make sure that I don't bring work problems home and I don't bring my home problems to work. Now, things can happen. My son can get sick, or it might be a school day, a day he's out, anything. Those things can happen. But when it starts to be a situation where, a task was given to you 3 days prior, but you give it to me a day prior and want it done by the end of the day, and you give it to me maybe 3 hours before the end of the day and say it's okay if you stay over, and I'm constantly telling you, hey, I have my schedule for this time and this is the reason why, and you say, okay, all right, I'll make sure that I do it early. Now, some things you can't help, but when you constantly doing it, and I know you doing it on purpose, because a person is telling me, hey, I gave it to so-and-so, days ago, or this, that, and the third. And it got to a point to where the people who were sending it to my manager would ask, hey, I'm going to send this to you because I know this person really don't know or hasn't sent it to you, because I know you would have it faster than this. So it was just, that was one situation. But the next is that my son depends on me not only financially but physically and emotionally. So my son has started to ask, hey mommy, are you okay, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm all right. And he started to say it again more often, but I didn't notice it until my best friend was like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah, what's up? She was like, I don't know what's going on with you, but you're a little bit more snappier than usual. And I'm like, okay, all right. And granted, her birthday and my birthday are a day apart, and she knows me like the back of her hand. So when something is really wrong, she is going to be the first one to tell me. And I feel like you need people like that in your life. So when she said it, that's when it really clicked in. The only thing I can think that changed is my job. So that is two of the things that started to happen with my job. Now, those weren't the only factors that led me to choose a new job, but it was just time. It was just basically time for me to find something else. And I am so thankful that I found something else. And I don't start my new job until, again, the beginning of 2025. So I always say try to save money, because you never know if you want to transition or not. Now, $1,000 isn't a lot, but it is some. And it did go a long way when I needed it to. So that is that. Now for my next goal. My next goal is that I want to use 2025 to pay off at least $15,000 worth of debt. Now I currently owe $25,000, and if it progresses, that's fine. But I gotta get this debt paid off for a few reasons. One reason is that I'm gonna have to start using the money I use towards my debt to actually paying for a private school or paying tuition for my son. So another thing, if my son went to public preschool for 3 days, now granted all public schools are not the same, but this was enough to tell me that this wasn't it, and I wasn't finna give it any more time. It was a nightmare. And I'd rather send my son somewhere where he's happy every day, and where I know they're doing the things that he likes to do. Now, education isn't always for fun, and it's not always meant to be fun. But when you have a teacher that cares, it makes the difference. And not to brag on my son, he currently reads on a first grade level. And in order for him to grow and to thrive, he needs to be in environments that cultivate that. So for me, in my opinion, I think you're gonna have to spend that money in order to put your child in better. Now, again, not all public schools are the same, but this one right here, it was not for mine. So, anyways, moving forward, another reason I have to pay off some of my debt is that I want to start a savings for my son. And my son's name is Logan. Now, this is important to me because, as I said, I did go back to school, and I had to think about, okay, girl, so why couldn't you make school work you had that when you had that time? Well, it was my ignorance in involving money and material things. I wanted the latest this, I wanted the latest Jordans, I wanted the nice, and this is when Coach was popular, and I wanted the Coach rain boots with the Coach purse, or I wanted, at the time, Michael Kors was popular too. I wanted the Michael Kors with the purse. You wouldn't catch me dead without it, because I just knew those are the things I wanted, and I couldn't put school first then. I had to be fly. And again, that was my ignorance at a young age. And also, too, my mother wouldn't buy Jordans and stuff like that. She was like, I'm not finna make Jordan rich. And I was like, okay, but I am. But now I'm wiser and I know better. Now, I am, and I do buy that stuff for my son. But for myself, I'm kind of more, I can go to Old Navy and make an outfit work. Because it's not who designed it, it's how you wear it. So, it is one of the things that I'm thinking about. And also, I want, when my son has to go to school, he has that money waiting on him. Or if something should happen to me, I want to give him the best start possible. So that is another one of my goals. The next one is that I want to raise my credit score. So raising my credit score is gonna do a few things. Now my credit isn't in bad shape at all, but it's time for me to raise my credit history. And also I want to buy a house in 2025, so I need to strengthen my credit profile in order to do that. And I have to do the right things by my credit. So anyways, that is one of my goals. Now my next goal for 2025 is going to be, I want to start an emergency fund. Now I do sinking funds, but my emergency fund is gonna be with me transitioning jobs. I don't mind, staying down till I come up, but I do believe that having an emergency fund is just so that nothing's really taken away from me and my son's life. And then too, me transitioning to a new job, it's really made me mindful. Okay, girl, you got to save more. And starting an emergency fund for me is gonna be, if if what if I don't like this job, or what if I don't, and I'm not claiming it, but again, starting an emergency fund is just a backup. Or if anything happens, what if I need a repair to my car? Yeah, I do sinking funds, but what if what I'm saving in my sinking fund isn't enough? And nowadays, everything is so expensive. What if I need the washer and dryer fees? Just things that sinking funds aren't gonna cover. Oh, not if I'm spelling sinking funds wrong, girl. So yeah. The next thing I want to do is I want to read 15 books. I feel like I don't read as much as I used to. And I love to read, but I feel like because I've let life get in the way of the things that I love to do, that I've lost my way in, picking up a book and reading it, or just learning new things. So I'm definitely going to strive to read 15 books, whether they be nonfiction or something that's going to help me develop a certain skill set. I don't know yet, but I'm definitely going to read 15 books. My next thing is that I want to be more consistent. And when I say more consistent, I just mean overall. So if you look at my 2 videos that I have out, I had a whole plan of how I was going to do my YouTube. But I couldn't be consistent because I feel like I let everything come in front of the things I want to do. Like my previous goal, read 15 books. But being more consistent for me is that I'm more consistent, not just on YouTube, but everywhere, with saying, okay, that's enough, or, saying no when I got 1,000 things that I have to do today, or not taking on every challenge. So it's just more or less of the things that I want to do and want to grow on. And my next goal is that I want to start a Roth IRA. Now this is a dear goal to me, and I'm going to tell y'all what really showed me. So I was talking with someone, and they were just like, I ain't saving no money. My kids are just gonna have to take care of me. What I'm saving money for them for, they gonna have to get on their own. Now getting on their own is true, but why leave your kids to take care of you and not do your part to take care of yourself? I would hate for my son, or even if I have more children, to have to take care of me, and when I could have did my part. Now granted, they may have to take care of me physically, but if I can do my part financially, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna give y'all another example, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all and personal with y'all. My grandmother passed, and it was like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Now granted, her children, well, some of them are all working people, and had it to do, but the other ones didn't. And my grandmama, she didn't prepare. And I have a life insurance policy, and I have one for me, and I have one on my son. But my grandmother never wanted to do those until it was too late. She wanted to get a life insurance policy. But I just feel like as parents, we have to do better in setting our kids up and making sure that they have everything they need to succeed. Because if they thrive, you thrive. And that is just my thought. And my next goal is that I want to take 3 vacations. I feel like I get a job and I get lost in that job. Like, for example, my job that I'm leaving, I'm gonna get a full-time paycheck, and then you guys, I'm gonna get a vacation check. And my vacation check looks like a full-time check plus some. So that just tells you how much I take off work and how much I value being at work, and I'm appreciative of being at work. And I don't feel like I take my son and let him see all that he can, or let him introduce him to new areas. And I want him to explore and to go places, because I remember when I was young, and now I'm not blaming my parents, because they were middle class hardworking people, but we never went on any vacations. Well, not never, we went on 2, and those 2 vacations were just to really go see family. And I want to do more than that. So I'm going to make it a mission for us to go on 3 vacations. Rather me and him go on 2, and I go on 1 personal. But I just definitely want to do more with my son. And my last one is, again, more personal. I want to tithe. I want to be a better tither. So, me tithing is personal to me because I just feel like I am a natural giver, and now hold on before I get into that. I do give money anytime I go to church, anytime I attend any church service, where I'm at home Baptist church or I'm in a physical church. I do make sure that I do give. But tithing is something I want to be better at. And I feel like you have to, not that God is saying, hey girl, give me all your money, because he's not like that, but I can be better at where something blesses, a place that blesses me, and that takes care of me mentally. And I have to say, I go to an amazing church, and I am always blessed. So I want to be a better tither, where the place that takes care of me. So that is a goal for me. Now that is all my goals. This sheet does go to 20, but I'm going to start with 10. I'm learning to lighten the load and not to make everything so hard on myself or so strenuous that I can't complete it. So if I do have more goals, I will update you guys. And if you have anything that you think can help me, or that I could, or that can better help me reach my goals, let me know. I'm not a person who doesn't want to learn, because I feel like if you can't learn, you can't grow. So I do thank you guys for helping me and watching my videos, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And remember, if it ain't a blessing, it's a lesson. Have a good day, y'all.